Hakaru just carried out the orders to kill and decapitate Koen. Wow. Wow. Okay, so what a way to just settle this chapter. Damn. Damn. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, see, we're finally getting the first glimpse at Koen's character these past 2 chapters, and then just like off with his fucking head. He's done. Like, yeah, he's fucking done. Koen's gone. I mean, he's dead as a character. I mean, if you were still a Koen fanboy to this chapter, well, that just got fucking thrown to the trash. No offense, I'm just saying, because he's dead now. Like, holy shit. So, before I even begin to talk about the chapter, I'm gonna ask, I mean, I have to ask this question. How do you all feel about the death of Koen? I mean, did you want to see him die? Did you think that was gonna happen? I mean, how do you all feel about this? Because I know there's a lot of fans of Koen. And I mean, some of his actions were very justified with the way he was doing, you know, and controlling the Empire, and the way he wanted to be kind of king but didn't want to be king. The way he went about it, though, it was justifiable, because I talked about it in my last review. I mean, he wasn't really a coward. He was honorable but a coward at the exact same time, but he was doing it in the way for the best of everybody. And even in this chapter, I can still understand some of the things that Koen said. And I know there's going to be a lot of fans of Koen, and I'm just curious, how do you Chibits feel about the death of him? Like, he's gone. Like, he's fucking gone. Like, there's no redo. So, let me know your thoughts. Please, let me know your thoughts on this. So, let's talk about it. The majority of the chapter is kind of similar to how last week's chapter was. It continues on with the conversation of Hakaru with Koen, and we have to where these two continue to talk, and we find out more about Koen's stance and what he really thinks when it comes to him not wanting to be king, to Gyokoen and why he was afraid of her. We kind of get more information about that, and he goes along the lines of saying that he was very suspicious of Gyokoen, how she was able to determine where the dungeons were, how she had all this knowledge, and he was pretty much going on the limb to say that he didn't know much about Gyokoen, but he had his suspicions because she seemed to know way too much. She seemed to be very knowledgeable, and she was like the Magi that was controlling everything behind the scenes, and so he was very fearful of her, and so he didn't really have any true evidence to support this claim until he saw the flashback to Almaturan. And then all his fears were justified. And so, from finding this out, we come to find out the reason why Koen never made a move, or he never took upon himself to make actions to where he tried to go against Gyokoen and attack her, was because he was very fearful, and he had it to where he was realizing there was something very off, and he was scared because one of the worst enemies to fight is an enemy that has great battle capacity, but also great intelligence. For instance, an enemy that can outsmart you and also exceed you in strength is not an opponent you really want to go up against. And so Koen realized this because of some of his suspicions and the way she acted throughout the entire time she was with the Ko Empire. And so his suspicions and caution was justified, in my opinion. People can call him a coward. I can understand why some would call him a coward. But in a sense, you can't be a true leader if you always rush in and throw caution to the wind. You can't. As a leader, you have to think about your people. You have to think that if you run in there and you rush into said war or a battle against a person that's as strong as Gyokoen, it's possible that you could just be setting everybody up for slaughter. Like, you're setting them up just to get killed off, and GG. And also, another stance to this argument is, a true leader needs to understand there is time to when you need to throw caution to the wind and just rush into battle. And so, Koen is not really on the side of being wrong or right, so to say. It's a situation where you can't really know. You don't know what is the correct answer because of the decision he made. See, if Koen would have rushed in to attack Gyokuin and did what Hakuryu wanted him to do, everything might have been very bad to where Hakuryu might not have ever gotten a chance to take down his mother. He might not have ever gotten a chance like that. And so, in a sense, you have it to where you don't know what was the correct answer. You don't know if waiting around for Hakuryu to finally finish off Gyokuin was the right answer, or if it was the correct answer for Koen to rush in there and try to get Gyokuin and, throw caution to the wind. We don't really know what would have been the right answer, so I can't really say Koen is a coward. I can't. I can't justify and say he's a coward, because anything could have happened when it came to how Gyokuin was. And so I understand his viewpoint, and I don't personally think that Koen is a coward. And I mean, I can see why some would call him a coward, but I can't personally myself label him as a coward because his actions were very justified. He was thinking about his people. And so, seeing what Hakuryu did, I also understand some ways of why he reacted like he did. He is the leader. Koen is a traitor, and the actions he did cause negative repercussions. For instance, not doing what he could do for stopping Gyokuin for corrupting the Ko Empire. And I can understand that in certain ways where Hakuryu's coming from, but I just don't know how to feel about, Koen being killed off like he was by Hakuryu, because, see, Hakuryu needs to understand that Koen was thinking about the best of the country, the people. And it's kind of sad. It really is. He gets punished because he was thinking about the best interest of everybody. I mean, he was scared. Yes, he was scared as well, but he was also thinking about the people. So, yeah. Besides that, though, the chapter has it to where Aladdin has changed his perspective on people that have fallen. For instance, he's changed his perspective of how people like Sinbad or Hakuryu are since they fall to the Black Rook. He realizes he's kind of trying to accept them, and also he wants to become Hakuryu's new Magi, to where he could be his, ambassador, or help him out through, these difficult times. Because right now, since Hakuryu has accomplished his endgame, his goal, he doesn't really have much reason to really live anymore, if you think about it. Because, I mean, he got his revenge, he killed his mother, he's killed the traitor that is Koen. I mean, he doesn't have much to really live for anymore. And so, Aladdin is there as a person that's going to try to figure out a way for he could continue on living and find out a new goal for his own self. So the chapter is very deep in a certain way to trying to set up where the series is going to go next, but also is setting up that Gyokuin is not really dead. I mean, she's dead in the physical sense, but not in the spiritual sense. So Gyokuin most likely is somewhere out there with her consciousness waiting to be revived in some way. And that's about it. So chapter of Magi, pretty damn good. I'm liking the progression of it. But it's kind of saddening to see how Koen is just, dead like that. It's just like, it's pretty sad. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.